Okay, Edward, there's something that you said earlier on, which is that some small business owners just think that marketing or being able to sell the product is just all about business development. At what point do you think that they should begin to look at other segments? Because some of these business owners do not know any better. They don't know how to go about it. What advice do you have for them?
Yeah, the thing is just listen to feedback. If it's not working, then it's time to have a rethink. You know, if we are not consistent in making sales, if our cash to cash cycle is getting more terrible, one key element in business development matrix is product development. If you have a product in the market, if you have a service in the market, no matter how it's doing, there's a life cycle. So look at some big brands. There's this reinventing. It could just be a product, they'll just change the cover. If we have a product A, no matter how it's faring, we should be able to take initiative. Now, most of the time when we do business development training or marketing and sales training, we say one of the key job function of a frontline salesperson is market intelligence. So if you go out prospecting, doing your selling and buying marketing activity, and you are getting some feedback, and people are not patronizing, not buying, or they are requesting for another kind of product with another kind of features, it's for you because the frontline salespeople don't have the core, they don't have the prerogative to decide for a new product. But what they can do is to provide management that information so that we can take another product to the market. We do that in consulting. If it's taking us, our cash to cash cycle is taking too long, we'll just come up with another product line. Because we are frontline business, and we're also sitting on top of our respective companies, so it's easier for us. But again, where there is a hierarchy and bureaucracy, there's almost like a divide. So big challenge.
Okay, now let's talk about SMEs, because I know that everyone watching the program would want to know how it applies to him or her. The SMEs, because we've talked about SMEs yesterday on the show, and it has to do with funding, you know. But let's talk about how does an SME position its organization or business to sell more and generate more earnings, more revenues. I think one of the things that you may want to look at has to do with the customers. Edward, or rather, Joel. Let me come to Joel this time around.
Okay, I'm Edward.
Edward just finished. Okay, Joel, what should an SME owner, a small business owner, do in this regard?
Okay, like we've set them in between the conversation, and it's you have to, after you develop your product. Edward talked about market intelligence. You need to do a market research quickly. Who are the people you want to sell to? Well, you need to get that feedback. What do they want? But the truth is, you must have a target market. You can't sell to everybody. And then we always use make illustration with the industrial age and the knowledge-based economy. The industrial economy and the knowledge-based economy. In the industrial economy, it used to be about mass marketing. But in the knowledge-based economy, it's about segmentation. It's about you knowing who you want to sell to. So the moment you identify your customers, you must know them in number, in terms of the size. You must know the size, because sometimes you want to sell to people, we don't know the size of people you want to sell to. For example, Lagos, we have close to 21 million people. Your product and services cannot be bought by the 21 million persons, depending on the kind of product you want to sell. You need to streamline. Are you targeting them geographically? Are you looking at them demographically? Are you looking at them based on a psychographic level, what they like, based on status and benefits? By the time you do all those analyses, I'm sure you reason that 21 million to about, say, 7 million people. Then the next thing you want to do, in terms of their income, in terms of their need, who are they? Are they male or female? You're still doing the analysis. You might come to find out that you need about 3 million people that can actually sell your products. So, but do you really need 3 million people to sell your products to be very wealthy as an SME? Not really. Sometimes I say if you have 1,000 of those 3 million target market, you already will be selling. So it's about knowing your size of the market, knowing the income, the amount of money these people are willing to spend in that market. Then you design your strategy in terms of your channels. How do you want to reach these people? It's scientific. It's not, oh, you wake up in the morning, it's a wish thing, wishful thinking, it will start happening. No, it's all about planning. The moment you're able to identify those customers, you need to know their disposable income. How much do they have to spend? Looking at who they are. Based on that, I'm telling you, you will sell. You certainly make money, you exchange a lot of value for the services you are offering the market. In one word, it's about customer profiling. Profile them, know them very well, know what their needs are, and position your business to meet that need. You can't position your business if you've not identified what those customers
would need.
Yeah.
I want us to talk about the issue of branding, because for big corporates, big organizations in the country, that is not a new area for them.
Yeah.
But for small and medium scale businesses, branding, they wonder what it's all about branding. All that is important is that I sell my products and make my money. But how do you think small and medium scale businesses can leverage on branding? Edward?
Branding is important. Again, why are small business owners not embracing or going all the way to do elaborate branding? It's just awareness, it's culture, it's lack of exposure. You know, if you have looked at the foreign media, if you look at global brand, if you have looked at big companies, people that are doing very well, and some of these things, you see, some services to a lot of people, they think is expensive, but you can leverage on your contact for you to get something done for you. Branding is just how you want to be perceived. What you want people to think about your brand when they see you, when they get any of your material. Oh, nice one. You could be a small business still in your house, but you can still project that big, mighty, going somewhere global company. Why? Because of that consciousness, you know, our color, our logo, our brochure, our letterhead, you know, those are your brand touch points. And they should be something that is distinctive and that can stand you out in the market. You know, however the size of your company or however the level of your current corporate bank account, you know. But what we're saying is that it doesn't have to be expensive. Just be exposed, you know, expose yourself by watching movie, traveling, reading books, or discussing with mentors. It's just the thing to do, you know, and identify those brand touch points. Like when I started working with Joel, when I saw his scorecard, like, wow, are you serious? I had to go and, you know, redo my scorecard. You know, so that's what we're saying. You know, like, wow, this. So at the point, you have to be selective with who you give your business card to. You know, so there's a category 1 when we do a mass training and everybody's demanding for your card. Then there's category 2 when you're, you know.
Wow.
Let me just add some my thinking. I mean, as Edo was speaking, there are just 2 thoughts that crossed my mind about this branding to make it really easy for a very small SME at the micro level. You know, sometimes you're thinking, is it about my logo? Is it about my core card? Is it about my brochure? I don't have funds to do that. How can I really go about that? For me, the first one is about your service, how you deliver your. So I'm calling this
Service delivery.
Yeah,
Service
branding
delivery.
from the perspective of service delivery.
Brand within.
People, there are some people. When I look at some multinationals and some big organizations, their logo is not as beautiful as our logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have good color combination like we do.
Sometimes too
But these guys are making much money than we are doing. So what are they doing right? So for you as an SME, you need to look at
Service
how you
culture.
deliver your service, making sure your customers are satisfied all the time. That alone is a big brand for you.
Exactly.
That they are
Being able
happy.
to meet targets.
Yeah,
Yes,
because a
deliver
lot of
on time,
organizations,
delivering on time.
we have good call card, beautiful logo, beautiful ambience, but our service delivery, our product is not.
It's not
you can't
matching
write
up to that
anything.
hype.
So it's good that while you're thinking about those other iconic stuff about your branding, you think about how you deliver your service. Then the last one is every SME can leverage on online tools and resources.
I was just going to go to the issue of social media.
Loads,
right
not just
now.
even about the social media. There are loads of online tools that can help you with your branding.
Do you want to share that with us?
Uh,
Or just share a bit of that with us?
Okay, there's SME Toolkit.
Okay, for example, here, SME Toolkit is managed by Pan-Atlantic Enterprise Development Center of Pan-Atlantic University.
Okay.
It's run by, what's the name of this company? IFC.
IFC.
So that tool is huge for you to get a lot of resources to run and manage your business.
Okay.
Then there are free web builders online.
Okay.
You can get, just a basic website.
Yeah.
You can do it on your own.
Yes.
And there are some sites, I don't really have the web
Templates,
address,
yeah.
Okay.
but when you Google, there are some sites you go to, they can help you step-by-step process on how you can design your
Yeah.
own logo.
Yes.
So I think SMEs, we should begin to leverage on online tools. We
I think
don't
Pt2
go.
does that. There's a guy that got his Etisalat stuff. Pt2,
Okay.
local guy.
It's all about having information.
Yes,
Have
it's-
access to
Because for
information.
everyone out there who wants to grow, we all want to grow our businesses and succeed. But how do we go about it?
About
What kind of
information,
information do we have, to assist every business owner to?
I know there's something, I'm sure, Edward, we'll discuss it about with Chimeze. I know China is thinking along that line. I mean, ready to begin to, all SMEs in Nigeria can send their questions and answers to China.
Like an SME clinic.
Yeah, we'll be able to
Okay.
provide
Email,
solutions
Twitter
for them and
handle,
information
people can
for
just,
them.
so that
Okay.
it will just, create a good access to information.
Information.
So what Joe discussed, let me just add, is also what they call branding from within. So you have to have a combination of the both. Branding your external, your outdoor, your touch point, but also having a good service culture internally.
All right. I just want you gentlemen to hold your thoughts for a minute.
Thank you.
Let's catch some breath. Thank you for
Thank you so
coming
much.
on the program. We continue this conversation after the break. We've been talking to Edward Esene, is the CEO of Kinetic Associates, and Joel Osebo is the CEO of Corn Edge Enterprise Solution, and we have been looking at business development. If you are a business developer or if you're a business owner out there, you need to just stay tuned and just keep watching the program. We'll be right back.